going on, YouTube peeps? Sergeant Meeples here. Thank you for coming by and coming along with this adventure. I appreciate you all watching. Today, folks, we are going to be playing 2D6 and by Toby Lancaster. This game, I've had it for about a week or so, a week and a half, and I've been thoroughly excited and couldn't wait to make this video. I was finishing up D100. Well, I wouldn't say finishing up D100 because there's going to be more videos of D100, but I wanted to get this game in. I had to get this game on, or get a game of this in, at least the start of it, going forward. So this game is definitely a dungeon crawl for sure. Hence 2D6. Most of your rolls are going to be 2D6s when you're playing this game. It is definitely a grid square style dungeon crawler. Well, pointed dot grid square dungeon crawler, I guess you could say. And this is the core rule book. These are your tables. I went ahead and I went ahead and put a couple tabs on here already for quick references as we're playing along. But it's not too difficult looking at the tables. But if you like, I don't know, how do I explain this? Listen, I'm new to solo TTRPGs, and the amount of solo RPGs out there is a lot. And you know, this is one that is great. And if you like a game that is in so many ways replayable with just the core, the amount of replayability in this game is ridiculous. You're never going to have the same adventure dungeon crawl experience each game you play. It's just not going to happen, and the odds of that, if it does happen, is very, very rare. You have a couple options to getting this content, getting this game. Obviously, PDF is one. Two, you could buy the paperback. If you buy the paperback, it comes together. These two books do come together if you buy the paperback version. You got your core set, and then, like I said, you have your tables here in this book right here. There's a hardback version as well. I want to say I don't think there's a spiral version. No, there's no spiral bound version of it yet that I've seen so far. There are other ways to enhance your gameplay or add to your gameplay. There's 2D6 Realms, and there's a couple other books. I don't know the name off the top of my head. I do plan on getting 2D6 Realms for sure in paperback as well too. But for starting purposes, this is all you need right here. These two books are all you need. But I did go ahead. If you look at the back of this book right here, and with all your tables and stuff, on the back you have all your creature cards right here. You have all your creature cards. You have your map that you can print off. But I will add, if you buy this, you will get the PDF version of this, which I'll be using to post creatures and stuff, so you can get a better look at them as I'm playing the game when I edit the video. And I also bought for myself. You can go out and buy this from Toby as well too. Oh my God, I'll put a link in the description. I don't know why it eludes me the website name. I wonder if it has it on. Did it have it on here? I forgot the website. Oh my God, Toby is gonna hate me. But you know what? Side note, big shout out to Toby Lancaster, the creator of this game, because when I ordered my game and I ordered all this extra stuff, he emailed me after I placed the order and told me that he was out and about, but he did see my order, and as soon as he got back from, I guess, holiday or whatever he was doing, that he would mail out my stuff. But it was cool that he personally emailed me. He could have just let the order sit, and then when he got back and then mailed it out. But he let me know what was going on, and I thought that was really cool of Toby. So Toby, if you ever do watch this and you do hear this part, thank you so very much, man. That means a lot to me. That means a lot. But I went out and purchased the cards, which are these. I already got out the level 1 cards, which we're going to be using for the gameplay. And here's the backs of them. They're really good quality cards. They feel great. They look great. I love the art in the back, creature cards. I really do love that. But yeah, here's all the creature cards. You also will get these reference cards. There's more reference cards in here. But the main one that you're going to want to use, obviously, is this combat fatigue die thing. And we'll explain that, what that means as we go along and play. But yeah, man, these cards are great. I love it. I love them. And if you get the PDF version and you print these out, they're about the size of a regular playing card. And if you printed them out and you put them in a sleeve, actually, you know what? Let me show you something. If I got it quickly, do I have a quick reference here? I sure do. Okay, let me show you guys something here. This is a side note. I wasn't going to say this, but we're going to do it anyway. This is from a different game, right? This is from a different game that I sleeved these cards in. Yeah, there's just some like Pokemon old cards. But you could print these out, right? And then they would fit perfectly inside of a regular card sleeve if you printed it out. And then what I did, because when you print it out, it's going to be paper, right? Here's a little cool little trick. What you can do is just grab like another card of any type, whatever, ones you're not using or whatever. I think I grabbed this Cthulhu game card. And then you put it right in the back of the printed version. So it adds a little bit of thickness to the card. So it's not just it's not as flimsy if you just put a regular sheet of paper in here. So it makes it a little bit thicker. But yeah, there's a nice little trick you can do. Figured I'd give you that. But these cards are great. I ordered these. The books together, I think are like $15. I can't remember the price of these. Maybe like $6, $8, $10, $10, I think maybe for the cards. Don't quote me on that one. Don't hate me. But they're on the website. I'll leave the link in the description. And then also, I purchased this little cheat sheet, reference book thing, which is great. So, you know, there's a little book holder and a little cheat sheet. But you also, when you get the PDF version, you'll also get to be able you'll be able to print this out too as well. And then maybe you can just laminate it or whatever. But yeah, you can get this nice little bookmark too to have. But I have that too as well. Oh wow, I can't explain how I'm so excited to play this game. All right, so what I did, I went in ahead and let me put that off to the side right here. We're probably going to need this more than the core rule book. So we're going to use this die as our fatigue counter, and this is going to be our shift adjustment die. And like I said, we'll explain that when we play the game. We have our reference cards here. We also in the cards, you also get you get every card that you need for the game when you buy this. This is our gods or deities, god cards that you can use. You can encounter when you come across it, but that's another part of the game. We'll explain that if we ever get to it. If we ever do, hopefully we will. And my character sheet. So I went ahead and already created a character sheet. We are going to do a female warrior. That's who we're going to create. Her name is Freya. When you start out the game, you get 10 health points. Start out with 0 XP. You'll get a shift of 2, and this is used during combat. That'll explain. I think it's used for other things too as well. Off the top of my head, but definitely used for combat. You have a discipline of +1 and a precision. When you do discipline checks, you get a +1. Precision checks, you give a start with a 0. Excuse me. Excuse me. All right. You start off with a weapon. When you get a weapon, you don't like normal dungeons where you will pick up a different weapon and stuff like that. No, you stick with the weapon. You get like 3 choices. And each weapon will have a maneuvers abilities, depending on what weapon you have. And when you're level 1, you get to start off with 2 maneuvers. These maneuvers are what you use when you're doing combat. And each maneuver will have a dice set. And this is where the 2 dice come in. You have what's called the primary dice, which in this case, we're going to use the blue. And you have a secondary dice, in this case, which we're going to use red. So when you roll like a 2-3, or you roll whatever, you can adjust or shift the dice up, 1, or back. You can't shift from a 6 to a 1, and you can't go from a 1 to a 6. All right, you can't rotate it over or anything like that. But any other thing in between up or down, you can shift your dice to try to get a 2-3 or a 6-4 during combat. And this will be the same thing explained when you go through your characters, your creatures that you're fighting too. We're going to go more into depth of that. But that's the basic overview of what that is. You start off with 1 armor, and it's a dice set of 3. So if your character or your creature that you're fighting rolls their dice set, and then one of them is a 3, then you get to subtract 1 damage taken from there. And as you level up, you'll be able to get more armor pieces. You start off with 1 magic scroll, a table that you get to pick from. We are going to use a scroll of melt and metal, which when you roll for the magic scroll, if you use this ability or this scroll, you have to roll for it. And in order to get it, you have to roll doubles. 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4, 5, 5, whatever, 6, 6. And you can still use your shift ability to try to get that double. But either one is just any doubles. And then you can use your magic scroll anytime during combat or whatever. And I think you lose, when you use a magic scroll, you will lose when you fight in rounds. When you fight during the rounds, if you use that during your round, if you don't roll a doubles or you can't shift the doubles, then basically your magic scroll kind of like fizzles away. It's kind of like when you're reading it and you roll for it, you know, if you may fail to cast the magic, in this case the doubles, then it will go away. So you only get 1 chance on it. That's what those are. And you can find more as you go through the dungeon and stuff as well. You also get a magic potion, which is going to help you with 10 plus HP. Sorry, on my throat. It's a little scratchy today. All right. Also, you start off with flint and steel for starting fires. There's kind of a special rule with fires, but we'll go over that if we get to it. But for right now, you do get a way to start a fire. If you come across for example, a pit, a fire pit, a fireplace, or something like that. Excuse me. But you'll be able to start a fire with that flint and steel. You just can't start a fire randomly anywhere you want. It has to be in specific areas. You start out with a pouch, and you also come with a wax sealing kit, which is used for potion bombs. And if we get to that, we'll explain what that is. And that's basically your character creator. That's basically it. You create your character in less than 5 minutes. It's that quick. And it's explained in your core book, core rules. It takes you less than 5 minutes to get a character going or created. All right. There is one thing I want to add before we get started here. A couple things. One, there's this thing called inventive usage in this game. And this is really cool. Even though this is a dungeon crawl, hack and slash dungeon, there's an RPG element, which is great. And that element is inventive usage. When you go to a table and you got the little flavor text of what the room is or whatever is happening, there are things that you can do in the game, things that you can interact with the game using inventive usage. Basically, the RPG element, the role-playing element of this game is that right there, inventive usage. So you can create things. That's within reasonable. Maybe there's, I've seen where there's like a hammer on a table. You want to grab that hammer. Or maybe there's a plate. Or maybe there's for whatever reason, there's a table and you want to push the table somewhere or something like that. Whatever RPG roleplay part of it that you can add to this game, which is amazing. I love that aspect of this game. I do. I really do. Okay, so when you start the game, you're going to create a starting room, which I know is right here. I know it might be kind of hard to see, but a start room is basically there's nothing in this room besides 3 things, or besides 2 things. A directional, one on each end going north, east, or west, 3 door openings to continue your travels. All right, stairs going into the start room. I have gone ahead and already rolled for a room. And what happens is what you do is you roll a dice and you use your primary, which is going to be your x-axis, and your secondary, which is going to be your y-axis. So your x-axis is horizontal. Your y-axis is vertical. And what you'll do is that's how you put, like, I rolled a 6, 2. So I have 6 squares by 2 squares. And that's going to be your room. I've already gone ahead and drew my first room in it. Now what I have to do is actually figure out how many doors there. Well, I actually rolled. There was only 1 door. there was only going to be one door. So the next thing we got to do is figure out what kind of rooms this is and what kind of door that is. And then we'll go ahead and you just keep going through there. You roll for a room, roll for how many doors, roll for if there's stuff in the room on the tables, and you just keep going here. And you just keep going forward from there. And you're adding to your dungeon. Now, two things. How do you get out of the dungeon? This is a level 1 dungeon. That's where we're at. All right, this is a level 1, the entry. That's the name of this dungeon. All right. From what I believe, we're gonna go from here to here. This is kind of like this black line is your border of where. That's how big that dungeon is. All right. In order to get out to the next level, we have to travel from here to here, and at least 75% of the dungeon is been explored. And I think when you say 75%, I really doesn't say, hey, add up these number of squares to see if you've got 75%, or count how many squares. Maybe what I'm thinking about doing is actually just counting all the squares. Like, I'll count how many squares there are from, multiplied up and across, and that'll tell you how many squares are in here. And then what I could do is count each square that I've actually have covered or have walls around that I've gone into, and I'll count that up, and I'll divide that by the number of squares that are on this full table here, which I don't have right off the top of my head. Then that will give me a percent of how much of the room I've gotten covered. Unless my math is wrong, that's what I plan on doing. Because it says 75% of the room has been discovered and gone through before you can move on to the next room or the next level dungeon. Now, there is another way during your dungeon run where if you want to leave the dungeon, right? Let's say you're not at the top here, for example, that's what will be the next level of the dungeon, but you need to leave for the heal. Excuse me. Wow, excuse me. If you need to leave to go maybe buy some stuff, some more gear or heal or whatever the reason, you can leave. But in order to leave, you have to have a room that is on the borders. That'll extend to the borders. And then you'll roll to create a secret entrance in and out of the room, in and out of the dungeon. Because what will happen, once you leave the secret room out of the borders, you can go to the town, do whatever you got to do in town, but then you come back through that secret entrance. And then what happens is when you come back, you can't go back, you can't leave again. You can only leave the dungeon once per level. So in order to leave again, you got to get to the next level. Because I guess RPGs wise is you come back, you went out through you dug yourself a hole, you got out, you went to town, did whatever, you came back, and as you were coming back in, that hole that you dug collapsed, and no more secret entrance or no more secret exit, so it's gone. And the other thing is you can't backtrack to go out of the room to leave the dungeon, because then you will be seen by other people that are going through the dungeon, and it could be a bad thing. So that's kind of the RPG element of why. All right. Now also too, once you go down into the next level dungeon, you cannot backtrack back up into the level 1 dungeon at all. You cannot do that. Nope, you cannot do that. That's the other rule on there as well. There's some more rules in this that I haven't covered, but we'll go over those as we do them, because there's a lot of side little notes. There are side rules that apply while you're playing the game. But I'm not going to go over every single one of them. If you have questions, we'll do it. We'll deal with it as we go along. But the best way to explain how to play this game is actually play the game. And that's what we're going to do. All right. So we have rolled. We have our room. We have a normal room. So what we're going to do, this is the level 1 normal rule. We're going to go to normal room, which is called an ancestry room. Now there's 3 types of rooms, and quote me if I'm wrong. This is my first time playthrough. And actually the very first time playthrough is being recorded. So if I make mistakes, sorry, put them in the comments, let me know. Or I know I'm not going to get all the way to level 10 dungeon because the whole goal is to get from level 1 to level 10 without dying. That's the whole purpose. And if you can get that far into the game, then you're beat the game, you're considered legendary, and then you can start over. But then you also get like legendary items and stuff like that. But that's if you make it to level 10 with one character. If you die once, you're done. Your character is completely over. You guys start all over. So am I going to die? Most likely. There's a very slim chance I'm going to make it all the way first time through. But we're learning as we go. And if I make correction, so which means I'm not going to be able to videotape level 1 to level 10 on one video. So if I make a mistake and I go through the video and I'm editing the video and I realize there's a mistake, I'll probably make a note of it, or some of you guys will make a note of it. All right, so there's 3 types of rooms. You have a large room, which is anything 32 squares or bigger. Then you have a small room, which is anything 8 squares or less. And then anything in between is a ancestral level room. And that's where we're at, right here. This is a level 1 rooms, human ancestry, the entry. So I think that's how that works. If I'm wrong, let me know. But that's how I'm going with it. So since it's not a large room, but it's not a small room, it's an ancestry, human ancestry room. So what we're going to do is we're going to roll 2 dice and see what we got in the room. All right, we got a 5, which is our primary, and our secondary is a 3. So we go down here to 5, 3, 5, 1, 5, 2, 5, 3. It's called a holding cell. So what we're going to do, so this is, we're going to make a note up here. This is room number 1. We'll put a note up here. Room. So this is going to be room 1. This is going to be a holding cell. We got a holding cell right here. All right, let's see what we got. 5, 3, holding cell. Part of this room has been sectioned off with wooden bars to create a cell. Roll D6, 1 through 4 equals there is a prisoner here. Roll on ENP1 after roll on IAUT1. All right, there's reinforced doors. So a reinforced door, Since there's one door here, a reinforced door symbol, it looks like this. So we're gonna do this. We're gonna do this symbol. It's a reinforced door. What we're gonna do is we're not gonna worry about to see if the door is unlocked or anything right now, because we haven't gone through there. We're gonna figure out the rest of this. 5, 3, 5, 3. Part of this, okay, I got that one. Roll a D6, 1 through 4. There's a prisoner in here. All right, let's roll here. D6, see if there's a prisoner in here. Oh, that one landed on the angle. We'll re-roll that. We got a 1. So 1 through 4, a random. Oh no, there is a prisoner here. Roll on ENP1. After that, roll on IAUT1. Okay, so let's make a note here. So we're gonna roll on. Where was it? I just lost it. Okay, there it is. Now there's one. ENP1, EN prisoner 1. After that, we're gonna roll on IAUT1. UT1. Okay, so that's a prisoner level 1, I believe. So let's go in the back here. Where is that one at? ENP table index. We got an index in the back that tells you where there are. So ENP1, encounter prisoner table 1, is on page 34. So we're going to go to page 34 here. Look at that right here. Okay, encounter prisoner 1. There is a prisoner here. So we're going to roll 1d6. Note, roll 2d6 for this table. Liberate 1 prisoner and liberate 2 prisoners are shortened to L1PR and L2PR. Wait, what? Note, roll 2d6 for this table. Liberate 1 prisoner and liberate 2 prisoners are shortened to level 1 prisoner and level 2 prisoner. Okay, I'm a little confused on that. 2d6 for this table. Wait, what? Okay, let's roll 2d6 and then add it, I guess. So we got a 7. There is a bound prisoner here. They look emaciated, and they are close to death. If you give them a ration, they survive. Level 1 PR. L1 PR. Do we give him a ration? He survives and he escapes. You know what? We'll give him a ration. It's probably a bad idea, but we'll give him a ration. So he survives. He can escape. Level 1 PR. L1 PR. So now we got to go to level 1 PR. Okay, this is a very crazy beginning. L1 PR. Right out the gate. L1 LR. L1 PR. L2R. L2R. L4R. L9R. Yeah, right? L1 PR, right? Yeah. Oh, we got to go back to that one. What was that one? ENP1. 34. What was that here? I should have wrote that on here. Page 30. I should have put that on here. You know what? I should make notes of this. Yeah, I think I'm going to make notes of this. This is a rough start. So we're going to go, this is page 34. I'm just going to make notes of this. And we rolled a 7. Yeah, it was a 7. There is a bound prisoner. They look immense. They are close to death. If you give them a ration, they survive. Level 1 PR. Level 1 PR. What is this level 1 prison? Oh, it's a level 1 prisoner. Yeah, right down here. Roll 2d6 for this table. We did. Liberate 1 prisoner and liberate 2 prisoners are shortened. Oh, liberate 1 PR, liberate 2 PR. So we liberated 1 PR. Okay, so we're gonna lose a ration here. And we'll make a note. We'll make a note here. So let's get that out of here. So we'll put that. You know what? We'll just make a notes up here. Okay, so let's get rid of a ration here. We got to get rid of a ration. So that's all right. We'll put us down to 2 rations instead of 3. So we're down to 2 rations. We'll just make it. Now you saw I did that off camera, but we did that there. So we're going to liberate a prisoner. And we'll put one here. We'll put a note here. Okay. Liberated. Reliberated. 1 NPR. 1 level 1 prisoner. Liberate level 1 PR. Right there. All right. So now we go on AUT1. AUT1. What is AUT1? I think in time this will make sense. AUT1. All right, we're back. We found it. All right, right here, plain as day. Interpretations, interruptions, and unexpected. Table 1, part 1, page 36. All right, page 36. 36. Here we go. There we go. We're going to roll right here. Ba-da-ba-ba. We got ourselves a 6-3. What is this? Interpretation 6. All right, we're right down here. 6-3. You notice beneath your feet a loose stone, and when you lift it, you find a concealed compartment. It looks just big enough to house a potion in a glass bottle. The metal lid may become jammed, though. Make a precision check, PC precision check 1. If successful, gain 30 XP and roll on potion table 2. Okay. So our, 6-3 here. 6-3, right? Yep, we rolled a 6-3. So we got to go to. So I've never done this one. Make a precision check. 8 with a 1. Okay, our precision is 0. So we have to get an 8. I don't know, a modifier of 1? Oh, we get 1. Just 1. Oh, we do it one time. I'm assuming we do it one time. So precision check, we have to get an 8 or higher. Successful, gain 30 XP and roll on potion table 2. All right, PC8, we need to get an 8. We have 0 modifiers for precision. And let's see what happens. There's a lot for the first room. We rolled a 5, so nothing happens. We didn't get nothing. Oh, well. Okay, so we didn't get nothing. We rolled a 5. We needed to get an 8. So this room was the holding cell. Let's put holding cell up here. We're going to put holding cell. So we're going to box that in. That means that we explored it. They gave this option when you're looking at the book. Once you name a room and then you box it out, that means you've actually explored it. You explored that room. Okay, so now what we got to do, we have a, what kind of door is this? This was a, what kind of door? This was a reinforced door. So this was a reinforced door. So what we're going to see, we're going to roll to see if that reinforced door is locked. So we're going to roll 1d6, roll the number, check if the door is unlocked. 1 through 3 is unlocked. 4 to 6 metal doors are locked. And 5 to 6 reinforced doors are locked. And if you roll a 6, all types of doors are locked. So let's roll this, see if it's unlocked. We rolled a 2. That door is unlocked. So we'll go here, right here, and we'll just say it's open. It's unlocked. There we go. So we'll unlock that door. All right. Door is unlocked. Okay. So that was our first room. That was a lot for one room. That was definitely a lot for one room. Okay. Here we go. Rolling. All right. Which way do we want to go? We could come back down and go out this way or that way. Actually, you know what? Let's just continue on through this door right there. That's what we're going to do. All right, here we go. Primary, we got a 3 and 1. Okay, so we roll a 1. It's a corridor. When the corridors, there is nothing in that room. It's just blank. There's nothing in there. What you'll do is just roll for how many openings there are in there. And then all corridor rooms are opened. They're not locked rooms or anything like that. So we got a 3. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3. Yep, 3, and then access, horizontal. Actually, you know what? I did this wrong. 1, this is this way. Access is horizontal. Horizontal is X. Yep, so it's a small corridor. 1, 2, 3, and then up 1. Yeah, so it is just this little small corridor. It is a small little corridor. And it's 1 open. All right, now let's see how many doors are in this corridor. All right, roll the number of exits. Here we go. And a 1. No exit is a dead end. So this is a dead end right here. So we got to come back out, and we'll put a C for corridor right here. We're going to put a C right there for corridor. All right, that's what we're going to do. All right, we're coming back down here and going out this way. Not much hedgeway going through this dungeon. Not much hedgeway. All right, we got a 2 and a 4. So 2, okay. This is where it gets a little dicey, so no pun intended. If we go this way, it's 2, 2, and then 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, so it's 1, 2, and then 4 up, but you can't get up. 1, 2, x-axis, and then 4 up. And we can't have them overlapping. So what we'll do, 1, 2. Okay, here we go. So this is the exit here. We'll go 1, 2, and then 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go, in length. Oh, it should be vertical. 1, 2, see, vertical. So we'll go 1, 2, yep, and then 1, 2, 3. 1, 2 on the x-axis. This is the part that kind of threw me off a little bit sometimes. So here, 1, 2. So this would technically be the room. This will technically be the room. So what we actually do here, they do have a rule. Once you make the rooms, once you make the doors, they're permanent. You can't readjust them. They like to have that rule, because I wanted to do is put the room right here, and then I go 1, 2, and then 1, 2, 3. I would still be over there. It's still a small room. So what we're going to do, we'll just fit it in here. We'll just fit it in here. It's going to be a small room anyway. So that 1, 2, 1, 2. Yeah. That's what we're going to do. And then this is all colored in right here. This is all colored in. We'll start shading in stuff here too. So we'll know what the difference between the rooms are. This is like a dark area. There's nothing there. There's nothing going to be there. So we'll just make this room right here. All right, let's figure out how many openings are in the door first. Let's see, roll for number of exits. Let's roll for the exits here. So we got a 3, 1, 2, 3, 2, 3. There's 1 exit. So what we're going to do is we're going to make this exit right here. If it's a small room, anything a small room is, they're already open doors. They're archways. Small rooms will automatically be archways. So we'll just make this the room right here. And we'll just shade all this into black. There we go. So this is the room. And this will be the exit right there. That's what we'll do. So right away, archways, small room archways. Where's the symbol for the archway? Archways are just an open room with two little things right here. Okay. So let's shade all that in. I'm trying to make this map as pretty as possible. That's what I'm trying to do. All right. So it's easy. All right. So now we're gonna go a small room. We're gonna go to level 1 room, level 1, large room, level 1, small rooms right here. Level 1, that's level 2. Here we go. Level 1, small room, 6 squares or smaller, which is obviously small, 6 squares. So we're gonna roll 2d6, roll 2d6 for this table. If you roll a unique room that already exists, re-roll the table. Yep. All right, here we go. We rolled a 7. This is a unique room. It is a Mauritanian effigy. Mauritanian effigy. There is a grisly effigy of Mauritania here. It smells of rotting flesh. If you call for its favor here, -2 to the roll. There is no space to make offerings. Okay. It smells of rotting fish. If you call for its favor here, -2 to the room. There is no space to make an offering. Okay, so this has to do with the gods. If you call for its, yeah, we're not going to call for its. Okay, I think that's a god, if I'm not mistaken. Is that a name of the god? Mauritanian effigy. Mauritanian the pulp. Yeah, that's it. I think it's Maritane the pulp here. Yep. Yep. Maritane. Maritani is an animal, and okay, yeah. Six. There's a rough stuff. 7. Maritane effigy. There's a grisly effigy of Maritane here. It smells of rotting fish. Okay, if you call for its favor, okay, we don't. We're not gonna do. We're not gonna call for its favor. So that's all it is. Let's go. Oh, you know what we didn't do? This was 2. Let's do this. This was 2. This was a corridor. I keep forgetting. This was a corridor. There was nothing. There's nothing there. All right, and then on 3 is a small room. And a small room. And it was a Maritane effigy. That is, I'm probably mispronouncing that very, very bad. Muratynie. Maritane effigy. Okay, so we're not going to be calling on Maritane effigy God. The room is too small. So that's it. We're moving on. All right, so now we're rolling on to room number 4. Actually, let's table these. 1, 2. That was 3. And then now we're going to go into 4. We are going to go this way. All right, here we go. Maybe we get a large room. We'll see. We need more doors. We get a 2 and a 1. Another freaking corridor. And with corridors, I do know that you can kind of just plan them in the room however they want. Just fit them into the room. So we're going to go 1, 2. Okay, so we're going to go this way. This was here. So number 4, small room. All right, small room. Let's see how many doors are here. And they're all going to be, oh no, it's a corridor. It's not a small room. It's just a corridor. Nothing here. So 4, there are 2 exits. Okay, with exits, you don't want to put them on the same wall. So we're going to, and they're going to be archways. So it's okay. So there's going to be a room. There'll be an exit there. And then we'll put an exit right here too. So there'll be an exit on this way and an exit here. 1, 2. So we'll do that. There's there. We'll go here. We'll block in this because there's going to be no rooms going that way anyway. So this is all darked out. All right. So we got the exits. They're archways. It's a corridor. Why did I write small room? 4 is a corridor. Is this camera shaking? Yeah, it is a little bit. Sorry about that. So 4 was a corridor. Corridor. There we go. All right, 4 is corridor. Let's see here. Let's just keep going. Let's just keep going this way. Let's go west. Let's keep going west here. Let me readjust this thing here. Make it all pretty here. There we go. And we rolled a doubles. So 6. So we will roll one more time. If we get doubles, we just add them. But we don't keep rolling them. So we got a 3 and a 3. So we're looking at 6, 7, 8, 9, 4. 9, 4. Wow, this is going to be a 9, 4. Nope. 9 times 4 is 36. So this is going to be a very large room. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It doesn't fit. It won't fit. So we'll just do it all. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and up 4. Yeah. 1. Yeah. We'll go here. Yeah. So yeah. Okay, we'll do that. So we're gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then up 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, right. 1, 2, 3. No, actually, it'll end right here. Yep. So basically, it's gonna be this whole room right down here, and we'll just light it in for right now. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and it'll end right up here, and it'll end right here. So this is gonna be a large room. Okay. All right. So let's see how many doors are in this room. A 1. There are no exits, and it's a dead end. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Wow, a dead end large room. Okay, that's what we're gonna go with, a dead end large room. All right, let's go into large room level 1. Level 1, large room. Anything 32, yep, 36. All right, here we go. What? Oh, you know what that one room was? This room was a unique room. What was it? Number 4 was unique too. You got to keep that in here. So you can't roll that same. We can't roll that same room on this level, a dungeon. Yep, we cannot do that. Let me run here. Room. This was a small room. There you go. There we go. Okay, so this was 3. 4 was a corridor. And this is 5. So 5 was a large room. Large room. All right, let's roll for large room here. And we rolled a 5. Penitentiary. So let's put up here penitentiary. I think there's a theme going on here. We got a jail cell. Now we got a penitentiary. That's what it is. We got a penitentiary. So large room. All right, penitentiary. All right. Okay, penitentiary. The northeast corner is being used to hold captives. There are whips and knives on the table. The floor is covered in blooded straw. Fight a jailer and then roll on ENP1. Fight a jailer. So we're going to jailer. Let's put up here. We're going to pull up the jailer card. We're actually going to do some combat. And then ENP1. ENP1. We got some stuff in this room too that we're going to apply the inventive usage as well. But right now, we're actually going to get some combat going on here. We got whips in here, penitentiary, and everything. Okay, so let's find the jailer. Here, let's clean this up a little bit here. Okay, let's find the jailer card. Guard. There we go. We got a jailer. All right, and I'll put that card up right here for you guys to see it. But what we're working with here is you got a jailer. It has got 6 HP. It's an XP of 10, experience of 10, and it's got a shift of +1. Treasure, roll on parts 1 +1. Okay. Interrupt. It's got barge on secondary 2s -2 damage. So if we look at our combat sheet right here, we, on biting stroke, okay, is it primary? Barge on secondary 2s. So our secondary are 3 and 4. So we don't have no interrupt. That is not gonna affect us, which is good. Otherwise, we'd have to subtract 2 from our damage. Maneuvers. It's got sharp kick D6 -2, and it's got punch D6 -3. It's got a 5-1 for sharp kick and a 3-3 for punch. All right, and then on the bottom here, you have what's called a mishap on the blue. You have what's called a mishap attack roll and a prime attack roll. If they roll double 1s, this will happen. If they roll a double 6, prime attack roll will happen. And we'll go over that if it happens. So right now, we are going to start our combat against the jailer. Right now, we are on combat fatigue, combat fatigue die right here. What'll happen is if every round I'll fight, he fights, that's a round. And then we'll bump this up to the next round. If we get to 4, then we start getting shift changes. Shift change of +1, which means I'll get a +3 shift and he'll get a plus, well, I won't get a +3 shift, I'll get a +1. So I have 2 shifts, that'll be +3. He has a +1 shift already. So if he gets that, it'll be +2. And then if we go to round 5, then we both will get a +2 shift. If it goes to round 6, then it goes to a +3 shift. And anything beyond that, it just stays 3. It just stays a shift of 3. All right, so that's how that works. So we're gonna start on round 1. I will go first. Let me pull up my combat. Okay, so now we're gonna roll. Blue being primary, red being our secondary. We need to get a 2-3 dice or a 6-4 dice. If we don't get any of those, then we miss. So we have a 2-4, right? So we get a plus shift of 2. So if we look here, we already have a 2. And we need a 3. So we could take one of our shifts of 1 or of 2 and then make this a 3. Make this a 3. Where is 3? There is 4. There is a 3. So with that +2 shift, well, that leaves us with 1 shift alone. But we don't need that because we shift our dice to a 2-3. We wouldn't have been able to shift our dice to a 6-4 because we need more shift to, we need plus more shift to get to those numbers. So we roll a 2-3. So we're going to roll a d6 plus 1. He cannot have any interrupts because interrupts are going to be secondary 2s. We don't have a secondary 2. Our secondaries are 3 and 4. So we're going to roll a d6 plus 1. And he has 6 HP. We do have a chance to knock him out with 1 hit. If we get a 6, he's dead. Here we go. We rolled a 4 plus 1. So what we want to do here, what you do is keep track of the of their HP. We'll just make little boxes. He has 6 HP, so we'll make 6 little boxes, and each time we hit him, damage, we'll color in the box. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we already did 4 plus our 1. He already did 5 damage. 4 and 5. Wow. Because of our 2, 3 plus 1 damage. So that's 5 out of his 6 HP. Not too bad. Not too bad. All right. Jailer's roll. He needs a 5-1 or a 3-3. And what you got to do is if you can shift to the better one, then you got to give him the better one out of the roll options. And I'll explain if that happens. So he rolled himself a 5-4. He rolled a 5-4. He has 1 shift. He can only shift 1 number. Can he get to a 3-3 off of? No. Can he get to a 5-1? No. He has a 5, but in order to get to the 1, he would need a shift of 3. So he cannot get there, so he misses. All right, so that was the end of the round. So we'll go to round 2. We'll roll, and we have a 4-1. Ooh, can we shift this? No, we cannot. We cannot shift from 4 to 2 or to 6 without needing more shift to get that secondary dice to a 3 or 4. So we miss. All right. He rolled, oops, we'll roll this back in since it jumped out. He rolled a 1-6. Almost, oh, that was going to be a 1-1 there for a second. He needs a 5-1. Nope, because he can't shift this 1 to 5. And he can't shift the, yeah, he misses. And he can't do the 3s. So he misses. We're on round 3. All right, our turn. We roll a 2-5. All right, so we got the 2. We can shift 5 down to 3 with +2 shift. So that puts us to 2-3. All right, and now we get to roll biting stroke again. So we'll roll 1d6, It's pretty much decimated. Yep, he got the 5 plus the 1. That's 6 damage. He is gone. All right, he is gone. Oh shoot! You know what? Oh boy, I should have realized with the large penitentiary. Hold on a second here, because there is, since we've defeated him, there is a. Is there any type of? Yeah, there is a treasure from this guy, but there might have been. There was something else on here that I forgot to write down on the large room 1, level 1. Wasn't there? Yeah, there was another one we should have put on here. This is why, yeah, and ENP1. So we're gonna roll ENP1, which was entry level prisoner 1. And what page was that? 34 again? I think that was a 34. Yeah, from the last one we just did. Yeah, ENP1. Okay, so let's roll both of these, and then we'll roll treasure after this. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Shackled to a wall, a thin man pleads to be freed, and you comply. He runs back the way you came. Level 1 prisoner. All right, we liberated a level 1 prisoner. Man, we're all about liberating prisoners, aren't we? So we're going to put a note on here. Liberated 1 level 1 PR prisoner. Yep. So we have freed 2 prisoners out of this dungeon. I see a theme so far. I see a theme so far. That is not too bad. That is not too bad. All right, let's roll on. We get to roll treasure on table. Treasure PT1 plus 1. Okay, PT1 plus 1. Where is PT1 plus 1? Elemento. PT1 and PT2 pouches. Oh, pouches 1. Page 23. All right, pouches 23. PT1 table will roll a D6 plus 1. Nope, yeah, 2D6 plus 1, right? Roll 2D6, modified ranges plus 1. So we got a 3 plus 1 of 4. Nothing in the pouch is empty. So there was nothing in the pouch. We had nothing in the pouch. Good stuff. All right, and that resets the encounters, and that'll reset the combat fatigue, and that'll reset the shift adjustment dice back to 1 as well too, right there. Well, guys, we're going to leave it here. We're going to wrap it up for this one. We'll continue on with the next video. I'm trying to make these not so long, so I get to put the content out a lot quicker and easier to edit. So we're going to leave here. We'll continue on with episode 2 shortly. I'll post it up here shortly, but let's get this one up and running so you guys can take a look at the game. You guys have a wonderful night. Take care. God bless. And we'll see you back at the adventure table. Sergeant Meeple, out.